There's a lot of anxiety because of these cuts that are proposed to education. So let's just get it off our chest tonight. I'm going to holler rally in the valley, and I want you to holler, save our school. Ready? Rally in the valley. Save our school. Rally in the valley. Save our school. Rally in the valley. Okay, very good.
Governor Corbett's proposed budget isn't a move toward fiscal responsibility. It's just a ploy to cripple unions and gut public education. That was the message delivered by speakers during a town hall meeting at McKeesport Area High School on Thursday night. Several hundred people, many of them teachers and parents, gathered for a rally at the band show at Renzihausen Park. Then they crossed Eden Park Boulevard for the main event, organized by local state representatives Marc Gergely and Bill Kortz.
Corbett also maintained that there has been no cut in the basic education to the state's 500 school districts. Folks, the audacity for a governor to come into my house and tell me that there's been no cuts is amazing to me. Let me tell you something. This school district alone, that this board has to face a $1 million cut. If we did nothing but go back to the basic ed funding cuts from 08-09, there's a $1 million cut in the McKeesport Area School District. It's a lie. He's lying to us, and he's playing games with numbers so he looks good in the news and the press. It's a bumper sticker slogan, folks, and that's why we're up here fighting.
State Representative Joe Markosek of Monroeville wondered why the governor's budget cuts $1 billion from education while increasing funding for police and prisons.
Over $500 million from higher education, yet the line item for education in the corrections department in our prisons actually went up under his budget this year. Can you imagine that? I think he expects us not to educate kids here. They're going to end up in prison, and that's where they'll get their education, according to him. We can't let that happen.
Senator Jim Brewster compared Corbett's budget plan to those proposed by the new Republican governors of Wisconsin and Ohio. He alleged that Corbett's real goal isn't saving money, but funneling tax dollars to private and charter schools.
This is an attack on unions, it's an attack on the teachers, it's an attack on public education. And if anybody thinks what happened in Wisconsin, Ohio, and New Jersey, and it's awful interesting to me that the governor of New Jersey now is considered an outside candidate for president.
Kortz said new revenues could be generated by taxing things like smokeless tobacco and Marcellus shale gas. And he says Corbett's budget actually would aggravate the state's deficit by creating new tax cuts for large businesses and investors. Several speakers said that attempts to blame the budget cuts on the loss of federal stimulus money are untrue. Here's the chair of a group of Steel Valley School District teachers that calls itself T.E.A.C.H for Tell Everyone All Cuts Hurt.
He is not allocating that money to school districts the way it was before the stimulus money. Senator Costa mentioned accountability block grants, educational assistance programs, charter school reimbursement, basic funding of education, the equity calculation. It's gone.
At times, the rally took on political overtones, which is perhaps only natural. State government is now controlled by Republicans, while all of the political leaders on stage were Democrats, including State Senator Jay Costa and State Representative Harry Readshaw.
All the elected officials on the stage were in Harrisburg fighting for this to get funding restored. And we're not going to quit on you. So please, you cannot quit on us. You have to inform the governor's administration that these funds must be restored, because we all know the importance of this.
Gergely chastised Corbett's budget for cutting significantly more money from poor urban districts, including McKeesport and Clairton, than from wealthy suburban districts.
It takes Bethel Park, North Allegheny, Mount Lebanon, Upper St. Clair's, and Bond Chapel to add up to one of my school district's classrooms. Really? That's what's fair? That's what's equitable? That's what we all have to take? That's why we're here, folks. That's why you better be active as much as we are, and we're fighting these cuts, because that is an inequity that is unbelievable. Thank you.
Gergely and others urged residents who are represented by Republicans, including newly elected representatives such as Rick Saccone of Elizabeth and George Dunbar of Penn Township, to call the offices of those representatives and urge them to restore funding to public education.
for our profession, for public education, for what's right, and more importantly, for the kids.
For Tube City Almanac, I'm Jason Toger.